Okay. This first round of fight against child abuse with the Walk of Justice is over now, so now we start planning for round two, and that will be in March, starting Mother's Day on the 30th, from Dunblane to Edinburgh, Scottish Parliament, and then we'll continue round the northeast coast, right the way down past Newcastle, Sunderland, Middlesbrough, Whitby to Scarborough, and across country by York, Leeds, Bradford, Rochdale, Manchester, Liverpool, to Dublin, the Irish Parliament, back to Holyhead in Wales, round North Wales, continue on till we reach the Welsh Parliament in Cardiff, and again to Downing Street, and then continue on to the Court of Human Rights against child abuse cover-ups, secret courts, forced adoptions, everything. This is for children's human rights and parents' human rights. They have to be fought for.
Okay, what would you like to say to all the parents out there for the new year, Sid?
I'd like to wish everybody a happy Christmas, and I'm sorry that so many children won't be home with you. I'd like to try and see if we get them home as soon as possible, and that justice is done. I think that compensation must be fought for as well against social services and the governments, if it's possible. We need people with legal experience, people who are how to organise, because if this is not going to be printed in the newspapers too often, then we need to get out to the public through the cities and towns as we go along, and try and find ways of making the public see what's happening. I'd like to see any kind of publicity stunt being brought out along the way, maybe children's concerts, even if we go extreme with bungee jumps and things like that, then I'm prepared to do that. I've done it before, and somehow we've got to make the public want to see what's happening. And it's not just people that have lost children that need to be doing this. It's everybody should be talking out against the child abuse and the government's determination to hide everything. It can no longer be hidden. So I hope that people along the way, no matter what towns and cities you live in, may be able to link up with us with a walk as well. I don't want to be doing it on my own, but I will. I think as many people as possible should also join the walk and show their support. All the way to Brussels. Let's get this going in March. Thank you. Bye.
Yes? Okay. I'm Belinda. It's December 2013, the last month before the beginning of 2014. And in 2014, I very much hope that this whole issue with the criminal behaviour towards the youngest citizens of our country and around the world is going to start to be turned around, and more law-abiding systems of child protection and child supervision and child education will prevail in this country. When I say more law-abiding and less criminal, I really mean that, because as things stand at the moment, the children are being preyed upon seemingly by organs of the state with impunity, with the law enforcement agencies, as they're now called, the police and the security services and the welfare services of each local authority seemingly collaborating and conspiring in this persecution against children and families. And this is a totally unacceptable situation to me, who have always thought that we in this country have a more or less just society and a fair system of law, and that we're protect the vulnerable and the weak, and certainly the youngest people in our society, which unfortunately I've come to realise painfully over the last some few years is not the case. In fact, the opposite is happening, that the children, the more vulnerable they are, the more vulnerable the families, the mums and dads who produce the children are, the more likely they are to be preyed upon, and for the children to be taken away from their parents and to be taken into some kind of slavery or some sort of permanent persecution situation where they are the playthings of people in high places in power who prey upon small children for their perverted pleasures. We know this happens because now and again we have scandalous revelations about what goes on in children's care homes around the country. The care homes in the northeast in the 80s, and the ones in the Welsh area, North Wales area in the 80s and the 90s, and now again this has come up in the last few months, that there seems to be some sort of knocking shop going on in the care homes with powerful people from the local councils and local, dare I say it, Freemasonic societies, going into these care homes to help themselves to the children at the dead of night with some sort of swing door system being operated by the people supposed to be in charge of the children. This is totally, to me, unacceptable, wrong, in every way execrable, and I will not tolerate this in the country that I live in. I am a moral person. I'm sure that the 99% of the British people are very moral. They believe in fair play, they believe in protection of the weak and vulnerable, they believe in all the things I believe in. Honesty, morality in public life, certainly not criminality, perversion and bestiality in public life, which is what we seem to have. I'm going to go all out from now on, particularly next year, coming up to the next general election, to expose this very unacceptable and unethical scene in our public life, which allows crimes against children to be perpetrated by people in powerful positions with impunity, and the police and other people in those same echelons of power apparently turning a blind eye. I will not tolerate it, and I'm going to do something about it next year.
Thank you.